Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Already here, they'll audible to something else. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Second down, Love rolling to his right. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one, and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Following the interception, Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. So from the 37, here's second down and 2. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at second and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep. And they'll instead run up the middle. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now second and 9. Here's Cousins. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Third down and 1. Up the middle, Nwangu. is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were lifting their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. It's complete. Slings it out to his running back. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down. It'll wind up being a gain of 5 there on 4th and 2. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on first down. Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. I'm not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. They go play action. Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On second down, it's Jones. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Love, he's going to change the play here. Here's Jones again on second down. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2. brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
On 3rd down, Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Oh, look at the juke. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try to get to the ball even faster.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it. A really nice nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Throwing. Love. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. In motion left goes Watson. Love from the gun. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Love looking to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion left goes Watson. Here's Love. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Love now. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. What's good on the extra point? The lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown. Lutz to kick it off. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Going for the deep ball. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. So it's incomplete. The throw led a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Very limited time left to get in the field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it on one throw right there.
So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Cousins. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Following the interception, Love looking deep downfield. That is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Let's get out of here with a win. Come on, baby! Yeah, it's all about teamwork, son. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, come on.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Back to Nwangu again on first down. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From just shy of midfield, here's a second down and 9. Throwing is Cousins. He'll get this to Nwangu. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Cousins now. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And now they're in the hurry-up.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. There he goes, right side. Down the sideline he goes. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a give running right. Nwangu. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a throw here to his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Cousins throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Packers' 14-yard line.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Cousins will try and throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Up the middle, Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll go again to Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Slot man moves right. 3rd and long for Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign.
Yeah, they would have been happy with the first down, but this is even better. Once he's past the marker, it's cream cheese from there, and he bumps it to the outside, and it's just going to run away from defenders on his way toward the pylon.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
Cousins. He'll check that down to the Longu out of the backfield. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. Now Cousins going to change it up. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass. It's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind that it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
About time, fam. Yeah! Focus, boys, focus! We're right there, we can do it! Come on! Let's go!
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But this defense knows, they're well aware that they're down 2 scores, and they figure this is pretty much their last chance. They know if they give up a touchdown here, that ends it. Nice job on 1st and goal to push them the other way, but they have to be thinking takeaway right here.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Try again with Jones. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th and goal as they look to finish this one off. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will start early even further. So they set up for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
This is 1st and 10. But they'll start the drive here with an end around. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line.
Make no mistake about it, that's a really dangerous place to run that play. But the way that they're spreading the defense horizontally, you've got to think that as the game goes on, they'll find opportunities vertically downfield as well.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Cousins to throw it. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 40.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Cousins now from the 50. Drops this off with Nwangu. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores.
you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here comes 2nd down. One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Green Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.